Hey everybody, Sharon Deal here. I'm a neuroendocrine carcinoma patient with stage 4 incurable cancer. It's getting harder and harder for me to get on and do videos because I'm not feeling well. And I got blood tests back this week that said that my white blood cell count has dropped again. So they've canceled the new cancer treatment that I was supposed to have on the 16th. Which if they postpone it a month, then that interferes with my plans to go on a cruise in December, and I'll have to cancel that. And I was so looking forward to feeling better by the end of the year and being able to take that trip. But I have to have these procedures every 56 days. And if they postpone it the first month, that puts it right in the middle of my cruise. So I've been disappointed, and I know that God's in charge, and I know that this too shall pass and that I'm going to feel better after I get my shot. But I don't get my shot until the 17th, and as I get closer and closer to that date, I'm beginning to get sicker and sicker. I am pushing forward and doing what I can do to try to get dressed and to show up for some of the family functions that we're doing, social distancing and having dinner together. I made some masks today for my wonderful hairdresser. She's been so kind. She had me into her salon and cut my hair last week, even though I'm still throwing it up on the top of my head because I just can't deal with the length. But I made some cute little masks for her with the hair cutting designs on it. And I'm gonna let her tie them and adjust it to her ears. Because I found out the little beads that I was putting on them that made them adjustable were, with wear, getting very loose, and the beads need to be smaller or the elastic needs to be larger, and it's just a pain in the butt. So I'm going to allow her to tie them at whatever length she wants them to be tied at. And then I'm going to go and have a bone marrow test next week. I'm not excited about that. I'm absolutely terrified. I've talked to some people that have had it done, and they've all said make sure they put you to sleep because it's excruciatingly painful. Many of the people in my cancer survivors group have had it done while they were awake. And the doctor said I'm going to be more asleep than I am awake, so I shouldn't feel the procedure itself is the most painful part, and I should be okay after the procedure. So I'm not looking forward to that, but it's something that we have to do. At this point, they want to rule out leukemia. My counselor said if I have leukemia, that's a good thing because it's highly treatable and curable. It's one of the cancers that you want to have if you're going to have cancer. That's what they told me about neuroendocrine carcinoma. If you're going to have cancer, this is one of the ones you want to have because you can live a long time. But I have never gotten the quality of life back that I had before I got violently ill and had 21 inches of my intestines taken out. When I started the treatments for cancer, I never did really get back to full speed. I came close. I came real damn close. I had some good months. And then about 3 months ago, I started going downhill. And I won't lie to you, it's been a real struggle. I love that I have my little kitty here to keep me company. He's the joy that keeps me going. He came in here to find out where I was because I'm not on the couch with him. So I'm glad that he loves me as much as I love him, and his bites are getting softer. I'm enjoying having my husband be at home, and he's talking about going into work a couple of days a week, and he went in yesterday. And I'm just going to have to accept that he's not going to be here when the schools open back up. He's going to have to be going into the office more. But I sure have enjoyed having him here with me. And I'm glad that we had some months together that I wasn't so sick. If I could just get back to where I was before COVID hit, I was doing pretty strong. And then I think the depression of not being able to get out and the fear of catching another disease has really destroyed me. I think fear is the one thing that has compromised my immune system more than anything, because I'm afraid of not feeling well, and I'm afraid of getting COVID, and I'm afraid of being intubated, and all of this fear is not doing any good to my system. It's causing me a great deal of anxiety. I find myself grinding my teeth a lot, so I know that I'm anxious. And they've got me on meds for anxiety, and they've got me on meds for depression. And 3 days ago, I stopped taking the meds for pain and the meds for nausea because I felt like I was on a downward spiral and I wasn't getting any better, and I was feeling worse every day. And I don't like not being in control of my body. And when I take all of these medications, it just knocks me out, and then I want to sleep all day and I cannot stay awake. I am taking naps every day because I'm so exhausted. And when I take the pain medication and the anti-nausea medication, it just knocks me out for hours. And I can sleep all night, and I do sleep at night, but I'd like to be awake during the day, and I'd like to start looking for joy again. I'd like to be able to spread joy. And I was able to have some fun yesterday. Actually, Tuesday, I did my Tuesday tea at 2 with the Gifting for Women. And I gifted a couple of the queens this week, and I enjoyed that group. And I'm following another crazy crafting lady on Facebook that I just love, the Shabby Tree. And my husband just can't stand her. She gets on his everlasting nerve. So I have to listen to her when he's not in the room or put headphones on. But I love listening to her, and I love watching her, and I love watching her create things. It's fun and entertaining, and it drives me away from the news and the fear and the media. There's so many things going on in the world that I just don't want to be a part of right now. The move is coming up. We bought the house, and I am trying to pack, and my husband has to bring me some boxes so that I can start packing. They're painting at the house right now. I went over, and it was in such disarray with the taping off of the floors and the taking off of the doors and the taping of the windows and the plastic on it. It's like absolutely insane over there right now. And there's 3 guys there, and I just don't enjoy being over there in the midst of all the chaos and the multitude of people. So I'm not going over there anymore except in the evenings after everybody, the workers, have left. And it's going to be interesting to see if being in the new house brings more joy and brings my immune system up and my white blood cell count up. I'm praying that it does. And I'm trying not to whine. But I need to be realistic because there are just some bad days going on right now. So if you don't see me, just know that I'm just not feeling good. Until next time.